Warning.
Alchemist.
Warlock. Magi! Earth Spirit.
Tinker.
All right, well, the panel split. Game 1, EGOG, the best of 5, Elimination Mode 2, Grand Final starts now. We've got Mott and Cap cast this final series.
Thank you so much, Andrew. Yes, thank you to myself for being on the panel. I've moved approximately 3 feet to the computer here in the corner of the room to bring you game number 1 of the Grand Finals here at the Moonduck HQ. Cap, I'm with you today. How excited are you for this series, buddy?
Prepare for battle.
So you're anti-fun, is what you're telling me. You don't enjoy... Okay. Go ahead and reconnect, buddy. All right, I will. I will yell at you extraordinarily loudly. We are getting into the game for now, and things are shaping up. We'll say a little bit standard, but for now, EG are looking to invade the Radiant Jungle, heading down towards bottom, with Sumail staying right around the river so that he can secure that rune if it does come out. Whereas on the other side, OG will be picking up the top rune spot, and they've already placed down the ward up here on the Uber Cliff, the Radiant team dropping that in the Dire Jungle. And for now, EG are just hiding here. They're maybe looking for potential pickoff. No Tail, not the tankiest hero in the game, but he's not going to go far enough up. But we'll see how these lanes shape up, Cap. Do you expect anything crazy, or do you think this is going to be more traditional in the sense of lanes? Arc Warden is bottom right now for No Tail. A bit.
The battle begins.
We'll smart money. I think not.
Well, they are top now, right? They have smoked up. They're sitting behind S4, close to the tower. RTZ with the tag. The boys is sitting up here in the lane, just CSing. Crit's going to come around through a Thunder Strike. And here we go, Rolling Boulder in. Will connect onto RTZ. He does have Strength Morph if he needs it. He'll start using it. S4 coming in, no battery. So the cogs are there. He will grab him. Does not actually get the push, so the mana will not be drained, but it's a lot of damage still. Strength Morphing. This might be first blood. The Shadow Word coming out. Will it do enough? It will. It's Jerax that gets the last auto attack that secures them the first blood in this top lane. Real skilled game, honestly, or something along those lines. Tilted. Yes. And now getting ganked mid is going to be Ana, though. They're gonna rotate and look for some damage. Not really doing much. Universe just coming by. Universe playing the Ogre, interestingly enough, as they give Zai the Underlord. So one of these two heroes is going to receive the offlane farm. I'm just wondering who it is. Right. Yep. Listen, you gotta know when to throw your Ignite out. Hold that thought. Speaking of Ignite, he's gonna use it on Jerax, who will burn to death more than likely. That's a 3-person cogs, but S4 has trapped himself in with the rest of the team. Waveform out so that Arteezy can survive. They will get one more auto attack, which will provide crit a double kill. And now Arteezy just going toe-to-toe with Fly. Still Strength Morphing. Rolling boulder, and they want crit. They might get both of these. Fly still surviving. Now the boulder smash. Arteezy out of mana. Wand charges at 2, but on cooldown for 3 seconds. He has the tango. He's got 5 left, and he will probably die to this auto attack as the universe might be able to body block Jerax, and it looks like he just missed it. Rolling boulder should get the job done. He misses it. He rolls wide to the left. One more auto attack. The Shadow Word might bring him down. The tango isn't enough. Wand charge is still 2 seconds away. The boulder smash. Oh, he misses again. He's actually gonna. No, I thought he was gonna live there. He had his stick charges right as he died. Oh, Arteezy, dear Lord, you made them work for that kill. Ooh, that glimpse, though. They give Jerax the bounty, it looks like. It was actually denied by crit. Nicely done. That was really good. But, they will not get the bounty rune for the Alchemist, which you really wanted. I can guarantee you that. You mentioned the laning phase, OG being happy with it, but you look at Zai and Sumail's CS right now, it's very strong. But is it going to change later, or will OG be in a better position in terms of CS later on down the road?
Sorry, I had to turn on Dota TV. I think the laning phase, like, obviously Arteezy at a certain point won't have to worry as much about these ganks, but I think for the most part the laning phase really stays to the advantage of OG. Looks like they've got Artur dead again.
Yeah, he did get the one charge. He's got some strength morph, and they don't want to dive too far as the TP comes in for crit. Glimpse is there, but it's already been used, and it's on cooldown. Thunderstrike, crit will rolling boulder. Might just deny himself here. Or Jerax, excuse me, not crit, but Jerax might deny himself. We'll wait and see if that's going to be the case. They have rotated universe down bottom for EG as Zai continues to farm. And then wrapping back around, they drop a ward for crit. He does have his glimpse back up and ready. And S4 is very low in HP. He might go for this.
Spark Wraith is so much.
I think he is probably dead with the glimpse back. Meanwhile, Fly gets the kill down bottom on Zai. And S4 actually lives. He walks out. They don't use the glimpse to bring him back. And Arteezy was not in a position to wait for him either. It looks like he didn't have the mana for it.
Yeah, he's got level 3 on Disruptor. It's a very awkward level because you don't have a very high level of glimpse, so you don't really have the range to be able to utilize. Sumail's still doing really well in mid lane. He's 24 and 16, so he's got a ton of denies, but this is somewhat expected, simply because Laser makes it so the Alchemist can't CS, but he's still going to get, like, he's still happy with the free farm that he's getting. He's about to pick up his level 6, and we'll see him bounce back and forth between jungle and mid constantly. So any miss CS that he had early on is very rapidly going to be, that advantage that Sumail has is going to be undone by Greevil's Greed and neutrals.
And S4 is getting some okay farm, obviously not to the same extent that Zai is getting down bottom with his 31 CS. All things considered, a relatively close game. Now top lane, Battery Assault going again. Arteezy still a Strength Morph, still in mana, has 3 wand charges. Good Cog Push gets him low on mana and actually out of it. Strength Morph will go for half a second. Flare not bringing him down. S4 has to back away. It was very close again. The solo kill potential on Arteezy is a lot higher than you might expect given the lane.
Yeah, S4 is playing a really good disruptive clockwork. He's getting the full amount of experience in lane. He'll have his level 6 pretty quickly, and he can start hunting Sumail, which is so necessary. Jerax gets him first, though.
He does get the rolling boulder pushed back in, and that is a dead hero as No-Tail comes in with the Flux securing the kill and some extra gold for himself. That is a giant pickup. Bringing down Sumail this early, always a good thing for the opposing team.
Yeah, the great thing about this is that Anna's able to make really good use of the jungle, right? So they can occasionally, if they want, put No-Tail in the mid lane and have Fly pick up all the solo experience at bottom, making up for the tri-lane, right? So he can still get that fast level 6.
Now too. Yeah, look at Fly. He's level 5. You're absolutely right. He's getting plenty of it right now at this point. He's going to be 6 very soon. He dies very low as well. No mana for the Dark Rift. He's just going to TP home, and looks like he will make it away. They don't have the damage without another hero there, but this is going to be Fly's level 6 very soon.
Yeah, the reason I think OG were pretty happy with the laning phase, even if the CS was going in favor of EG, is that OG was really happy with the experience that they were getting, right?
Yes.
So they were keeping RTZ down. Fly got rather lucky in that he was the one who benefited the most out of the tri-lane experience-wise, but S4 still got, you know, what he wanted out of the lane. They're all going to come online rather quickly with their level 6s, so Clockwork and Warlock are going to be impactful heroes before 10 minutes, which is surprising to say.
Wow, they pass each other without breaking the smoke. What Zai did, he actually TP'd back home, Dark Rifted with the Universe into the mid lane so that Universe doesn't have to use a TP scroll. He has one still ready to go. And now they're looking for a gank on OG. They're going a little bit too deep. They won't find Ana at the jungle, farming up some of these camps. They will see that he is mid now. He does have Chemical Rage up and ready to go. Zai's going to come in. They do have that Pit of Malice, and he keeps canceling the animation. This is a tough catch here. Jerax is nearby as well. They're going to go for him instead. Rolling Boulder away. There's the laser, glimpse back, and they're going to catch him at the rune and find him and kill him. It's going to be the pickup for crit. Gets the last hit there.
Yeah, they really wanted to be able to find Ana while he was neutraling, and hopefully had his Chemical Rage on cooldown too, but that's just not the case. This is like one of the first ganks you're going to attempt against an Alchemist outside of the laning phase. It's going to be before the Alchemist has his armlet, because once he gets to the armlet, right, it just becomes exponentially harder to kill him. So that gank, I would call it a failure. Yes, they got the Earth Spirit, but it wasn't what they were truly looking for.
Yeah, I mean, they got something out of it, but that was already a Dark Rift and a smoke used. That gave a lot more room for S4 top lane, and some room for the Arc Warden as well. The armlet has been picked up for the Alchemist to start things off here. And on the other side, the Hood of Defiance already picked up for Zai, a pretty quick Hood of Defiance for himself. It'll be useful for the team. I don't know, we'll see who decides to make the first move when it comes to a big team fight. S4 does have Hookshot ready, so they might start moving around themselves. We'll see.
Yeah, I like what they're doing right now. So they still have their mid-tier 1 tower, right? And Ana's farming the Ancients. They're putting pressure on the top lane so that that ideally it keeps the pressure off of Ana. And if they do attempt some sort of like gank into the Ancients, first of all, you have to go up the cliff, so it's kind of hard to do so. And second of all, they'll lose a lot of control of their own jungle. You know, you try and gank the Alchemist, but OG is putting pressure on RTZ, keeping the Morphling from any farm whatsoever.
And there is going to be a trade here, so Map Patrol is going to go evenly here. Clockwork will find Sumail in the mid lane. They get off what looks to be the hook shot, and will set up into a kill and find another pick on Sumail. He'll die the second time this game. It's just starting to put him a little bit further back than he would like. It's still doing okay for himself.
Yeah, they didn't even have to use the Golem for it. So Fly still has that in his hands. Napale's still going to be able to take that tier 1 tower. He's got his Hand of Midas, so he's going to get that really fast scale and levels. The thing is that EG will make big comebacks if they win, like even just a couple of pickoffs or 1-1 team fight is going to be huge around 20 minutes because you have Hand of Midas working overtime for the Arc Warden, and you have the Alchemist's like high up, like really inflated amount of net worth. They could get really large amounts of comeback gold and comeback experience if they just get the right kills this game.
The problem for now is, although, like you mentioned, there is the comeback potential, but RTZ's getting ganked again. I was about to say, he already doesn't have that much gold, and looks like it's going to be even worse for him off unless he can get out here. We'll go for the TP, and it looks like he actually might make it out, even with the Flux on him, even with all the damage from Verax. He will make it away, but still not farming. Now fight breaking out in the Radiant Jungle. Zai drops down that fire for Banana. Very tanky. They're going to try to use the Dark Rift, putting it up top. Chaotic offering.
Oh, so close.
It doesn't. Crit now. He was about to get out, but instead he will fall. Fatal Bonds is going there. He'll die to the immolation from the Warlock's Golem. Universe, Boulder smashed up. S-Force here. Battery Assault ready to go. Popping it off, but damn, that March doing some serious damage. That might be the only thing saving them from a third death here, as Universe is able to hightail it out of there with the help of Sid Tinker.
Yeah, Sumail going for the maxed out March of the Machines. He only went 2-2-4. So those rockets not doing quite as much as I expected, but I don't think you can really reliably go for the heavy amount of nukes, like the all-in like 3-3 build on Tinker in the laning phase against Alchemist, because he leaves the lane so quickly.
Comes back, Static Storm only hits under the 1. Might be able to bring down this Arc Warden with the laser. They absolutely can, but here comes the Magnetize. Jarek's taking a lot of damage. That Golem is still alive, by the way. Crit almost falling to the Fatal Bonds. In fact, he might go down to the Magnetize, and will. A 2-for-1 exchange so far. The Arc Warden going down, but here comes Ana looking to use that unstable concoction spell. Trying to back up away. He will get stunned by it, but here comes Ana. Hit him out, keeping him in place. And he actually isn't Chemical Rage. He has popped the armlet, backed away. Zai's still pretty tanky himself. Fly has Fatal Bonds ready. Won't use it yet. Shadow Word's already on cooldown, and Anna now with the chemical rage. Hook shot from downtown from S4. Unstable concoction, and Zai will almost certainly fall here. Anna comes in and at least gets another kill going their way. It turns into, I believe, a 2 for 3 at the end of the day.
Yeah, that was a pretty good fight for OG. They're making good use of this Clockwork already. Like, he is so happy. Clockwork in these kind of games need to make sure that they scale appropriately into the mid game, and you are so reliant on those first couple of hook shots netting you kills, especially against these kind of cores that you need to keep down. So the fact that he's already got 1,600 gold, for him to be able to purchase, you know, a potential Force Staff. I don't think Force Staff's too valuable in this game, but it's still a really nice item for you to have as a clock or whatever the other he chooses. He'll still be able to scale pretty well.
Rolling Boulder, JRX won't connect this time. They will get the TP, or rather the replicate out for Morphling so that he can stay alive. Now he turns his attention back towards JRX. Hidden Mouse comes in, Fly trying to help. And he's got the Shadow Word. Meanwhile, a good stun coming out from JRX to make sure Zai and RTZ can't chase too closely. As Sumail continues to farm in the jungle, they might find JRX, but I don't believe they will. But this is still giving a lot of room for the Arc Warden down bottom, and even Anna, who's rotated up top now.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty fast Orchid coming in.
I like this play. But that is a Tempest double that they're bringing down. Unfortunately, Anna's already TP'd up top. So they Dark Rip down bottom to clear out the creep wave, but now they give a lot of room for OG in the jungle to start taking over and throwing some wards down and some vision.
Yeah, they're looking to be able to control the rest of the map and not give up the rest of these towers, but OG already did enough damage to get significant control. Like, the dire side jungle is wide open because both the mid and top tier 1 towers are gone, so they've already kind of done the damage that they needed to do in the early game. The next round of objectives don't really come until Alchemist and Arc Warden are online. I don't know exactly what that looks like for Arc Warden, because he's definitely a bit of a fighting core.
Golem, Arteezy sticking up, has the strength morph again. He replicates out a little bit further past that tier 2 tower. Sumail wanted to bring down No Cell 7's double, and does so with a laser heat-seeking missile combo. That Golem still chasing, but here comes Anna again, looking for a universe. They get a kill easily coming out. Static Storm will bring down the Arc Warden. So far, a good fight from Sumail and EG. He's trying to keep you out. Anna doesn't have his unstable. Will turn his attention elsewhere, looking for Crit, who is the Urn Charge on him. JRX, Boulder Smash does connect, trying to get to the tree line. The silence will go, and it looks like he will fall. Crit will go down to the Urn. Anna turning his unstable concoction on him, looking for Zai. He's caught in the cogs. S4 found another one, and EG lose another fight. 3 for 1. Yes, they did get kill on Anna, but they're just not finding the farm they need to for Arteezy here, Cap, and they're going to lose probably another tower as well.
Yeah, Evil Geniuses just look like they're kind of reeling under the aggressive assault from OG. They're just not really giving EG any space to be able to recover or set up fights themselves. It's almost always OG with the plan pushing forward, forcing fights against EG rather than letting any pickoffs go the way of the Evil Geniuses. So they get that tier 2 tower. They've already got the Radiance and Boots of Travel for Anna, so they can very easily deal with any split pushing that Morphling or Tinker attempts for the next 10 minutes.
The thing is, it might come to a high ground sort of defensive type game for Evil Geniuses. And again, it's one of those situations where an Alchemist is again doing a lot of work against Evil Geniuses. As he's sitting top of the network, his Radiance is up, ready to go, not to mention he's going to have another item soon. Fire Blast from Universe to try to help him out. DC again, seems like he's had the strength morph this entire game. He's seeking this will find JRX, but he's in the tree line. Another one will go, and Anna will pop the Chemical Rage instead. Make sure that he can avoid as much damage as possible. And they back up. Meanwhile, mid lane, it looks like Zai might be caught by S4. Battery Salt, they've already used the hook shot, but here comes the head of Malice. S4 might be the one that's gone too far. Cog push, he's seeking this is coming in. They have the damage, but S4 is rather tanky. They will jump again. It's failed. Swims back, they'll find another. Fly will be next. The laser burns him down. Top lane, Anna still chasing after Universe. They have the Magnetize. They need one more unstable or a couple of ticks of the Radiance burn, and he just TP's out. Universe Fire Blast, it's there. And now with no Chemical Rage, this might be troublesome. More TP's coming in. Anna on Chemical Concoction goes to Universe, but he has to use the toggle of the armlet. Pops it again. Sumail laser. Missiles will get the kill. Finally, a much needed pickup. Sumail finds himself the double, and the more important thing is he stops the Alchemist from snowballing at least for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the net worth and how that changed from those pickoffs. It was a 1-for-3 exchange where they lost their Morphling, but they still gained almost a 3,000 gold exchange and about 3,000 experience from just that. And then also think about how much space you're getting as well for Arc Warden to be able to, or excuse me, for Tinker and Morphling to be able to operate in this short period where the Alchemist is down. Like, they got a serious amount of net worth back into their coffers. I think that OG for the first 15 minutes of this game, they were like exceeding expectations, right? I think that's how you look at this strategy. Right. Is that ultimately it still comes down to the high ground defense of EG, but leading up into that, OG was exceeding expectations. They were getting more out of the map than maybe they should have to. This kind of strategy to work. So they're pretty in a happy place, but they can't afford any silly pickoffs like what happened at mid and top.
Yeah, 1,000 gold going through Smel's Tinker. Now there's a fight breaking out mid. Jarek's missing a couple of his abilities. They drop him in the magnetic field down. Laser blows away Jarek, so he can't do much of this fight, but Crit is caught on his own. He's got the static storm. He might have to pop it here before dying. It looks like he won't get it off the battery, so keeping it play. No, he sticks up a flare. That will bring him down alongside an auto attack from No Tail. Tempest double. Unstable Concoction will stun up Anna, but he is going to be able to use the Chemical Rage to regen that back up. It is a 1-for-1 exchange, support for support, but I feel like any trade at this point is going to benefit EG.
Yeah, not just purely network, right? But it's just the fact that you get more time for your cores to be able to farm up and try and prolong this game as much as possible. Because Arteezy, he needs a serious amount of time before he can actually be an effective core again.
And now he's getting caught by Anna. He has to wait for him to TP away, and he's going to live for now. Oh, that boulder smash needed to come first. It was a silence that came out from Jarek, but unfortunately, they can't quite get the combo to bring him down. But you're right. I mean, look at his net worth. He's below that of the S4 Clockwork, and that's just kind of the game that he's had in that top lane. Zai looking to try to take this tower down and then Dark Rift away, or at least do some damage to it. Doesn't sit there very long, but I mean, they're just doing what they can to split up the map cap to move around to get a little bit more comfortable for themselves.
Yeah, Samael is feeling a bit more confident about his ability to split push. He doesn't have to worry as much about S4's Clockwork because he's got both Blink Dagger and Force Staff. Which is also why it's important for S4 to be able to get up Force Staff on his own so he can keep pace with the Tinker as he tries to escape the cogs in the Battery Assault combination. But I think Samael's still going to be feeling pretty good about his split pushing, and so much of the game rides on his performance. He cannot afford to get caught out almost ever. Because Arteezy has already died enough, right? You can't have both of your cores getting into under-farmed territory.
We've seen Tinkers come back from similar situations, perhaps even worse situations. They are down now, 8,000 net worth. It was even worse before 10,000. Oh, no. Us 4, they will find the Tinker. As we talk about it, he gets caught. Easy little kill up at that top lane, coming out, and well, Arteezy now has to run as well. Looks like he might make it out. Jarex is on the hunt. They have the Jirax Earth Spirit looking for the Boulder Smash, which they will find. He's silenced up, now Orchided, so he can't even strength more for at least a little while, and that will bring him down. So as we just talk about it, Tinker's coming back. They lose their 2 cores, their 2 most important heroes go down, and leave the map open again for OG to try to attempt to take a tower here or something along those lines.
Yeah, there's still a comeback possible for Evil Geniuses, simply because the comeback golds and the nature of Alchemist and all of those sorts of things, but it seems so hard.
And to get Glimpse back on Stable Concoction, the Static Storm, he's got a Manta and try to get out of here. They can use the mech. He's already taking a lot, but he's still regenerating just fine with the armlet, with how tanky he is. I don't know if they can do this to Pit of Malice. He's getting lower and lower. Can he fall? He doesn't get the toggle off. They will bring him down. That is so much gold. S4 even missed the hook shot now. They actually are in trouble here. They have the Universe usage of that Ignite going. He'll force himself up looking for Crit, and Crit makes it out alive. And Arteezy will be the one to get the kill, which is huge for him. They take 2. And as soon as you say that there's the nature of comebacks, it happens. I don't know how much gold they got from the Alchemist, but it must have been a significant amount. Although, Silence is up now. Arteezy don't know. He just got the kill. He just got something, but he dies to the Tempest double of the Arc Warden from the Orchid Malevolence.
Yeah, I mean, think about the amount of farm that Orc Warden needs to get before Morphling has that Linken's, and that simply shouldn't happen. But OG had a plan, right? They gave Arc Warden a free lane. They put so much pressure on Arteezy. They made sure that this Orchid from No Tail, after the Hand of Midas, was going to be up well before the Linken's. So there is so much time where No Tail is able to single-handedly threaten the Morphling, which means a lot on an Orc Warden, obviously, because it's no committal. You don't even have to be there in person to threaten Arteezy. You just can send your dumbass Tempest double to be able to go kill him. So
that's the scariest thing too, and that's why this hero is That's what people hate this hero. I think is
Yeah,
Tempest Devil is one of the reasons. I mean, just if you're an Artborn spammer, I think Cap and a lot of other people consider you a horrible person. Arteezy, Strength Morph does get off before the silence is there. Now they have the Flux up as well. He is pretty tanky, but not tanky enough to survive Anna's assault with his right click. Hidden Malice will go, not connecting. He's going to get glimpsed back into it. They have the kinetic field there as well. Static Storm is up and ready. They will have 4 heroes here for OG ready to fight. Actually 3, including the Tempest Devil. Force back coming up from Zyda so that he can stay up into the high ground. And that'll be the end of the engagement. They don't want to dive the tier 3 tower. They'd rather take the outer towers before anything else. Sumail? Okay.
Yeah, I actually really don't think it's possible for, or it's realistic for EG to be able to come back, because the Morphling is just so underfarmed, and I'm not sure, like, they're on a trajectory to be able to push high ground before Tinker is really a high ground menace, right? It looks like he's going Dagon for this game. I actually thought he was going to be going the Aether Lens Aghanim's build, because that's the really good high ground defense one, but I don't know, he had a Null Talisman in his staff? I don't know. Maybe he is.
He is a Smorkas Fortive item, right? I don't know what he's doing just yet. Hookshot will find and take her good force away. They'll force on top of the battery, still trying to chase him down. And another force to the high ground. But that glimpse will come, making sure S4 can't chase further. Arteezy still getting stunned up. The Fatal Bonds is there. They're chasing. The Golem is ready to go. Might drop it here. Fate of Malice onto 2. They will find Artborn. It's the real one on top of it. He's surviving from now. The Firestorm not able to bring him down. Static Storm is trying to lay down so that they can cover and retreat, but it's not happening just yet. Zai has to TP away. Nobody's actually dead throughout this fight. Sumail forcing himself out as well. The Golem's already gone. Now it looks like they're chasing further after Arteezy, but he makes it to the high ground. Everybody's out of here. Fire Blast now onto the Alchemist. Force back. Chemical Rage Shield going. The glimpse in. And they don't have a Static Storm. Zai is a little too far. They Dark Rifted onto the tower here, but now Sumail just goes down. They blow him away with the Magnetize, among other things. And now Anna's looking for more. Zai getting chopped up. And the Radiant Burn, Boulder Smash not connecting, might not need to. He somehow survives with 100 HP. Universe will get doped for a moment, but then they decide to back away because guess what? There's still a tier 2 tower there to be destroyed. And some gold for OG that they need to collect.
I didn't see it. I don't know if you did, but did Zai pull Sumail to that tier 2 tower?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. I didn't see it 100%. But
just because you survived does not mean that you can go on the offensive.
All right, guys, let's go back in. But yeah, maybe they were expecting to get something going. Maybe they thought everyone was going to be able to rotate in with them, but that just didn't happen. S4 now is going to go for the hook shot. They will find Zai. He's still very taking Universe, however, not so much. Anna's just going to run amok, and they missed the kinetic field on him as well. He's looking for more. They've already taken down 3, including his double kill. Arteezy's forced to at least get away, but he's the only one, and that is it. A 24-12 kill score leads to a 24-minute GG. OG take game number 1 again with the Alchemist against Evil Geniuses.
OG just stomped that first 15 minutes so hard. They got so far ahead, and they had to. Evil Geniuses had to do so many things. They had to be able